right. Before diving into it, how has this release weekend been for you?
Yeah. So I guess I mean you were just saying too, like I don't the whole thing is like I don't really do much social media marketing and all that. Just like for full transparency, like I used to be like pretty deep into the music industry. Like I knew a lot of people. I did all that stuff. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. So I kind of stepped away from the industry, not because I disliked music in any regard, but more so because I got sick of the industry. And I've always just I've been a tech guy like my whole life. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go into tech.
Okay.
And so like I have a good job, like and I kind of stepped away from music for a while, and then now I'm kind of back, and it was cool because the release is doing pretty well for not really doing anything except just putting it out on my own personal like account and not even worrying about a label or any of that stuff, and it feels good. So yeah, it's been a pretty good release weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. All right, before diving into the questions, give me a quick intro about yourself.
Yeah, so I mean I'm from Toronto. I've like pretty much my intro to music was when I was probably about 15. I started with like, I don't know if you remember way back in like 2014, 2015, there used to be like those best female dubstep mixes and stuff on
Oh
YouTube. Like
yes,
I used
I
to
do
do that. I
remember.
used to have a channel, and it got pretty big before like they started cracking down on like copyright and stuff and pulling all that stuff down. So I got into mixing first and kind of, I guess, kind of DJing, but more just mixing. And then I was like, you know what? Like I started watching or like listening to a lot of the chain smokers, and Drew, like the main guy, like he wasn't great when he started, and then now obviously like he's gotten a lot better. So I was like, I feel like, I could do the same thing. So I started writing my own songs and kind of singing them, and same thing. Like I honestly sucked at first, and then I just kept doing it. And so that's kind of how I got into music, really.
Okay, and how would you describe your music?
I would say like it's like pop with like some electronic elements, maybe a bit of like indie, a little bit of punk, but not really. Like I never actually listened to punk bands growing up. Like I never listened to like Blink 182 or any of that. Um, so like I don't know. People are always like, you sound like Blink 182, and I'm like, I've really never really listened to them
Yeah.
growing up. Obviously, I know now what their music sounds like, but I wasn't really an influence for me.
Okay. I feel like your music is more so on like the sadder heartbreak or
Some of it,
breakup
yeah.
journey, yeah. But that's interesting that you say that. And outside of music, what hobbies or interests do you have?
Just like random stuff. Like I love like building things, like whether that's like programs or even like playing around with like my e-bike and things like that. I like gardening. I love cooking. Like cooking is probably one of my biggest passions, besides music, of course. But yeah, and then just now pretty much getting back into music. 'Cause like I said, I took like such a long break from it. So
Okay. All right, let's get into your journey. You did talk about how you first got into singing and producing. Was it all, how did you pick that up? Was it all self-learned?
yeah, so it's actually funny. I walked in one time and my brother had bought FL Studio. Like I think it was like FL Studio 10 or 11 maybe at the time. I don't know. It was pretty old. And he was using it, and I was like, "Wait, you can just like get this? You could just buy this? Like it's pretty cheap like for like the basic one." So we just started, I started playing around with it. He didn't really touch it as much as me. I kind of adopted it, and I was playing around with it so much, and that's when I started making mixes within it. So like they weren't live mixes, so they were like transitions and all that stuff. Posting them on YouTube, and I just really loved. I had like a little bit of experience too before that using. It was one of like virtual DJ or one of those programs, and I was like mixing songs. So I just kind of always loved music too. Growing up, I really got into dubstep. So like that was like when I could make my own music, I was like, I want to make that. And of course, that's such like a hard genre to just jump into. So my beginning intro to music was not that good, but it was fun, and that was the point. Like I was just having fun with it. So
That's awesome. All right. Early releases, Illusion is probably the earliest thing on your Spotify, right? And you have a lot of collaborations with Neptune.
yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. Tell me about that and any work prior and how that collaboration came to be.
Yeah, so I was releasing stuff on SoundCloud, I think, just SoundCloud and my
That was
Instagram.
that era.
Yeah, and he like reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, like I really like the sound of your voice. Like I'm a producer from Australia. Like I'm ready to drop some songs on Spotify." And at the time, like I didn't even know I didn't know you could just put songs on Spotify. Like I didn't even know how to begin to do that. So I was just, I was like, that's really like we can just put songs on Spotify. He's like, yeah, like let's write a song. So we worked on Illusion and obviously we've both gone a lot better since that song, but I still listen to that song and it's like cool to look back on it. But after that, like we just kept working together, kept writing songs and just putting them out. Yeah.
Awesome. And you guys have very similar sound too.
Yeah.
And then let's dive into California. Personally, I like that song because I'm from California, but I think a lot of artists can also relate to it. If you're open to telling me a little bit more about what inspired it and if you actually spent some time out here and how was that experience?
Yeah, so this is hilarious. Yeah, so when I wrote that song, that was because it was like I realized you could put songs on Spotify. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna want to put a song on Spotify. And I used to have like this big like dream that I would go to LA and do stuff more in music, which is kind of funny because obviously LA is the place to be, but also being from Toronto has a huge music scene too. But I always just wanted to go to LA like so badly, and I funny enough, like I never actually ended up going. But
Really?
but the song was kind of just like a way to make up a story about that and kind of just
Okay.
like kind of about being an artist and like leaving things behind to try to go chase that. It doesn't have to necessarily mean going to California, but it's like the idea of it and all that. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how that song came to be.
Okay. Have you visited LA?
No,
You
never.
have
I've
never?
been I've been all around. I've lived across Latin America. Like I've traveled. I've never been to the US
Yeah.
still, which is weird because it's not even that far from Toronto.
Yeah.
Just
Do you
drive through.
have any plans to
Probably at
eventually?
some point, yeah. I
Okay.
think so. Like I would say like LA and Florida, like LA and like I don't know, Miami or something probably are places I
Yeah.
want to go
Like
check
big
out.
cities.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. You had a lot of albums. Like in 2019, you crunched out, I think, two albums and an EP. Um, and then recently, I think in 2023, your latest release, three singles. How has it been looking back on all that?
Yeah, so for a while I was doing stuff independently. Like I was
Yeah.
just putting out. That's why I could do it so fast. Like I would just get a song as good as I could get at the time, which was not
They're good though.
great sonically though. Like maybe the idea is there, but
Yeah.
sonically someone who's like a mixing and mastering pro, like they're gonna listen to that and go, it sounds like
Mhm.
terrible. But I would just put out songs when I was like, oh, it's as good as I can probably get it right now, and I would just release it. So for a while, that's what I did. Then when I got deeper into the industry, I signed with like several labels and started, it was more like, oh, the song has to go through this and that, and like all this marketing and blah blah blah, and it just started taking away the fun of it. And like, yes, like those songs from like 2022, 2023, even 2021, they sound better than everything from before, but
Mhm.
it took so long to get them out that it's like I could have released probably like 9 songs before those came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like sonically maybe they sound better, but that's those early songs were kind of what built everything. So and now I'm at a point where like Clear Skies, again, probably someone who's a mixing and mastering pro, like they would listen to that and go, it's like not great. But for me, like to do it completely from scratch at this stage of my life when I've never mixed and mastered really that well before, I think it
Mhm.
sounds pretty clean. Like it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And that's kind of where I'm at now with my music. I don't want to wait on things. I just want to put things out and have fun with it.
Okay, that's awesome. And obviously, it's been a while. That 3 year gap. What have you been working on during that time
Yeah.
musically?
So
Not. Yeah.
yeah, so like I said, I got a job and just started working, and like it's funny because I think for like music, that's like for musicians, they always look at it like you get a job as like you're done, like you're done now, like
Yeah,
it's
the
over.
creative
It's like
is
yeah, it's just
gone.
the end of the
Yeah.
world. But like for me, it was like I said, I don't look at it as a bad thing. Like I like tech, I have a good job, whatever, and I still can make music. But for a while, I didn't at all. I won't lie. Like I tried to go back to it and I just kept trying to make music and just I was like, I don't really know if I want to not that I don't want to do it, but it was like almost trying to getting so deep into the industry and building things that were like they had to be a certain level of quality, and then trying to go back and be knowing that you can't really get the same quality because you're not going to pay like $2,000 for a producer and a mix and master and all that stuff anymore. It was like, like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't sound good. Okay, forget it. And then like, go do something else with my day. Um, and I actually wasn't sure if that feeling would go away. And then I don't know, eventually it just kind of did. And last year, I made a lot of music for fun, just like random things like that I didn't really put out, but I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I can do this again. And then this year, with Clear Skies, that song was actually like 6 years old. And I was like, you know what? I think I can clean this up, because my problem with that song years ago was always it was just so muddy, because it was just so many layers. And then now I got it sounding cleaner, like I said, so I'm happy with it.
Okay. And so it seems like a lot of what you don't release is because it might not be up to quality. Has there
Mhm.
anything that's been too personal for you to release at the time?
Not really, just because I kind of mentioned it before. Like I mostly make up stories with my songs. I'm like I'm not someone who's afraid to like talk about things and get personal, but from a music standpoint, I think it's like I've thought this for a long time. I think it's almost better sometimes to make something up that a lot of people can relate to. Like, yeah, I could make a personal story, but if I make something up and like almost like a movie, right? Like if I tell a story, there's probably going to be a lot of people that are going to relate to that, without me even having to get so personal. And obviously, like there's going to be feelings and songs that I relate to, and tons of other people do. So like I just think it's more fun for me to make something up.
Okay. And let's talk about music influences. So your bio says like Eden, Chainsmokers, Jeremy Zucker,
Yeah.
Black Bear. It's interesting because I don't know if you've seen the 2006 and 2016 trend. I almost feel like that music's making a comeback in this era. But are you still drawing inspirations from those artists? And what do you listen to currently?
Yeah, so back then for sure, like I definitely listened to a lot of Eden, a lot of Black Bear, Ellie Goulding as well.
Oh,
But
yes.
obviously, like her music is vastly different from mine, so I wouldn't say it had a huge influence, maybe a little bit. And then the Chainsmokers, which I mentioned, because I kind of saw I was listening to them when they were making like remixes of things, and then just seeing them kind of make their way up. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think like I definitely got a lot of influence from them. Now my music taste is more, I'm more in like discovery mode. I kind of just put on playlists and just see what comes up and then just save it. So I don't really act, and I find a lot of those artists that I used to listen to, they don't drop music as much anymore because they're kind of at the later stage in their career where it's like, they probably have kids and stuff now.
Yeah.
So they're just like releasing music like once every some months or something. So it's not as much as they used to. But yeah, I'm more in discovery mode. I just put on anything. Like I love I've been getting into random genres too, like dance hall, or like I listen to, I mean, I've always listened to house, but I really like listening to house music as well now.
Yes, I recently got into house too.
Yeah, it's
I feel
so
like it's blowing up, yeah. And then favorite songs you've written.
probably probably ones that aren't even out yet, to be honest.
Oh,
Like
really?
some of the ones that I released, like obviously I like them, but it's like the nostalgia of it too, like listening to older songs like Illusion and stuff. It's like even though it's not my best work, it doesn't really matter. It's just like cool to listen to again. But I really do like a lot of these songs that I'm going to release now, because the project I'm working on now, it's just going to be to like revitalize a lot of these older songs and make like new verses on them that we're missing, because I have like a lot of like half complete or almost fully complete songs, and I want to get those out.
Okay. That's exciting. Talk to me about your songwriting process and your production process from beginning to end when you do get an idea. I know it's been a while, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just it's always been this way too. Like I'm like a very like hyper focused person, so when I start something, it's like I just have to finish it. Like so what I usually do is I it starts off of like, oh, I'm going to play around on FL and just see what I can do. And I go in, and then, I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of good. And then next thing I know, like 8 hours has passed, and I have like a finished song. So there's no like process at all. It's just pure chaos. but it always has worked for me. Like I've even when I was going into studios like professionally and writing songs with like, you know, other songwriters and stuff, that's just how I would do it. Like I would go in and they'd be like, "Oh, I have like this idea." And I'd be like, "Oh, like yeah, that's cool. Like we can also just do something from scratch like, and just play around with it."
Yeah. So you just dive headfirst into it.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
like
awesome.
there's no like idea. I guess because I wasn't like classically trained in music, so a lot of people who are very good, like I play piano and I'm pretty good at it, but I couldn't tell you anything about the actual technicality of it
Music
and like what
theory.
I'm doing. It's all by ears. So like if I have an idea in my head, like sure I could probably play it on piano, but I would in most cases I'd probably just sit down and just start playing on piano and figure something out. Like it wouldn't ever usually be an idea. Sometimes I've recorded vocals on like voice notes, like voice
Mhm.
memo just to have. But it's very rare that I start with like an idea already in my head.
Okay. And is there a style or genre you'd like to explore?
Yeah, I mentioned like dance hall. Like I think I want to do that, but I honestly just don't think I have the voice for it. I've tried several times and like it like I can almost get it, but I'm like it's just out of place still. Like I feel like I need to find a way to use my voice in that genre, but I think it's possible. I'm working the house for sure. I used to make house music, but again, like for house music, you have to change the way you sing, and like I feel like there's just the way I sing is very unique, and it only works on like my genre. Like I've tried to bring it into other ones, and it just feels like a weird feature. Like it doesn't feel right.
What about, you mentioned dubstep. Would you ever dive into dubstep?
Probably not now. No, like I don't even listen to that anymore. But
Okay.
as a kid, like you know, when I was like first discovering my music taste, like 14, 15, whatever, like it was all dubstep.
Yeah.
And for no other reason than I just thought it was cool. Like I'm like,
Yes.
only cool people listen to dubstep. Like I gotta listen to that. So
Valid. All right. And then what's like the best advice you've received as an artist?
yeah, so this is like the most random story, but a long time ago, like I was selling like a hard drive. I had like an extra hard, like I would build computers a lot, so I'd have a lot of extra parts, and I hadn't like at the time like a pretty valuable hard drive. Like it was like a lot of storage, and so it was like I was selling it to some random guy on Kijiji, and I had driven over. I don't know if they have Kijiji in the U.S. Do they?
I
I
don't
don't
know
know, but
what it is.
yeah, it's like Facebook Marketplace, like picture that.
Okay.
So I go and I drive to this guy's house and he has like his garage half open. I'm like 15. I'm like he's like yeah, just come in. I'm like okay, like I don't know, like so, but I'm like whatever. Like he's you know I can handle it. So I go in and he turns out to be a totally normal, nice guy. And he has this whole like music production thing, and just randomly enough, like he's using the hard drive because he has all these samples and guitar stuff he records, and I tell him like, oh, I'm into music too because I just started at the time, and I was just starting to sing, and I wasn't that great yet. And so he's showing me like this huge production setup that he has, like you know, for a garage setup, it's pretty cool. And he's like playing guitar and showing me things, and we're just chatting for like you know probably like an hour because he asked me if he could like test the drive and make sure that everything's all good. So we're just talking, and the best advice that I ever got was from him. He told me because I was telling him, you know, I'm starting out and stuff, and I just like I find it so hard to get things sounding like what I hear. And he was like, "Don't waste your time with any of that." He's like, "If you have an idea and you have a song and you make the song, he's like, just finish it and get it as good as you can get it." And he's like, because at the end of the day, people care a lot more about the idea than they care about how it sounds. And it's like looking back, you know, like that guy was so right. Like a perfect example of just a random song that I can think of off the top of my head is like EXO Tour Life. Like that song sonically is like I like the song, but sonically it's not good at all. Like it's produced like even the guy who made it, I don't even remember who it was. But even I remember seeing an interview with him and the producer, and he was like, I made it on a Beats pill, and it sounded like not even that good, but I just was like, whatever, and I put it out. And so like, you know, it really doesn't matter. And I think about like the songs I have that have the most streams too, like they're not the best quality wise, but nobody really cares, and that's the truth. And that guy was right. Like nobody cares. Some of the biggest songs out there do not sound that good, like sonically. So
Yeah. That's awesome. Like it's the perfectionism, right?
yeah, it's like
The
obviously it's
mental
nice to
block.
make something that sounds great, Like, like people take pride in that, like mixing and mastering engineers, like it's no joke. Like obviously I have huge respect for that side of things, but I almost think like some of the best artists, they didn't start with good quality music. You can go back on any artist's discography and you're gonna hear stuff that sounds like you could make it. Or like even earlier than, like, have artists that I love that I listen to their older stuff and I'm like, I can do a better job than that now. But that's not what it's about. It's about the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, and your average listener isn't really looking into
Yeah, they
that.
don't
So
they don't
yeah,
care
they
about
don't.
that.
Yeah.
I know just from my experience, like I listen to songs that my friends listen to, and I'll be like, "Oh, there's like an error there." Like there's like what, and they're like, "I don't hear that."
What are you talking
So it's,
about? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it's
No,
like,
that's really good advice. All right,
yeah,
let's talk social media. Your past TikToks, you used to create songs from lyrics. How
yeah,
did you start doing that?
yeah. So I started that because I've always been really good at making like viral content on social media, except Instagram for some reason. But
Convenient.
like I don't know why, but yeah, I was really good at TikTok. But even though I never really liked social media,
Okay.
but the label I was with at the time really wanted me to go on TikTok and do things on TikTok. So I was like, okay, like let's see what we can do. So I threw a couple ideas out there, got like 10K views, like 20K, nothing crazy. And then I was like, okay, let's try this. And I was like, I'm gonna make a song out of your comments. Comment, let's see what happens. And then like that video got like something like 500K views and like tons of comments. And then I put the first comment song out, it got like almost a million views or whatever. And then I just kept doing them like up to like 12 parts or something. And then it got to the point where I was spending like 6 hours on these comment songs or something. And I was like, I can't, like, this isn't sustainable. I'm supposed to be putting out music and I'm just making like TikTok content. And what would really like just make it torture is that I would see like a comment from some kid or something like, oh, like you should release real music. And I'm like, I do. I actually have real music. And
Please
like
listen
people,
to it.
so I was trying to explain this and it's like, you're trying to explain this to like these guys who are like, it's so funny because they're like experts in the music industry and they're older than me by like 20 years, but it's like, hey, like we have the same experience, if not I have more experience when it comes to social media. Like even though you're older than me, this has existed for the same, like we've both been alive for when this has existed. So I'm like, you're telling me to do these things and I just don't think it translates. And I kept seeing these artists, they would make these viral TikTok songs and then you would go check their streams and it would be like 10K listeners or something. It's like, okay, so it doesn't really translate. You can get a million views on TikTok and you can get 10K on your Spotify. Like people don't really care. TikTok, they have an attention span of 10 seconds and then they move on to the next thing. And so I just got sick of it. Like I did have a lot of fun making those songs, like because it was still music and I was having a lot of fun, but it just wasn't the end goal. Like I didn't sign up to be like a TikTok influencer.
Yeah. And the people who comment aren't gonna be the people who
Yeah,
usually listen to
exactly. Yeah.
your
Like if
music.
someone's
Yeah.
commenting you should make real music, they didn't even click my
They did,
profile.
yeah.
They didn't see that there was a link right there. Like,
Yeah. Would you consider yourself chronically online or offline?
no, definitely not. Like I work in tech, so I'm chronically online in different ways, but from a like a social media standpoint, definitely not. Like I rarely open Instagram. I only opened it recently because of this song. And like I was like, I gotta post something. Like I don't like the whole
Yeah.
social media marketing thing, but I'm like, you know what? If I just go on there and just say, like, here's my song, I don't care what you do. You don't have to click the pre-release link. I'm not even gonna make one. That's fine. Like I'm okay with that. And that was like even when I was doing TikTok back then, like I would drop these songs, close the app, come back and see like 100K views or whatever, and be like, oh, cool, let's get the next comments for the next song. Like I would never
Do
like
scroll
scroll on
over.
TikTok. Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't like the way like it's just a huge time waster to me.
Yeah. Do you see yourself being on social media more now that you're making music?
Definitely just by requirement. Like I think like
Okay.
you got to go on social media, you got to check your DMs, you got to and like people say really nice stuff too. Like I've had people message me things that like I cannot believe I people would say these things like that they're that nice, like they're like, oh, like your music changed my life and stuff, and I'm like, it's just insane to me because like you know, I wouldn't say like I'm some popular artist at all, not even close. But the fact that like even a few people can send a DM and be like telling me how much my music has an impact on them, like it's crazy to me because obviously like my music has an impact on me. Like I grew up with it. It's like part of my life. But for random people to just send me that, it's like incredible.
Yeah. I think it's awesome as a listener too, like when it's an artist you listen to all their music every
Hmm.
time they release and they go on a hiatus, and then they come back and say
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So like
Everyone's like
when I saw
messaging
it,
me.
I was like, wow, like this is awesome. So yeah, hopefully you'll be posting more music. But so I guess what's the biggest challenge you feel like for independent artists to get their music heard in general in
Yeah,
this day
and
and age?
a lot of the DMs I got were from other independent artists being like, oh, like, and they were like in the same boat that I was years ago. Like they really want like labels and stuff and all this. And um, like it's really hard because some people, unfortunately, like they have such good music and then they have no success with their songs. It's like they put out a song and it's just dead. Like, fortunately, like I said, like I can get okay numbers for just putting something out and people messaging me and sharing it. And like that's great. um, it sounds so cheesy, but like the only advice I can give really is just like don't give up. And if you do give up in the right way, just like make it a side hobby that you still put a lot of time into. But don't like, don't rely on it 1,000% if you think it won't work out as a career. And then I would say like find people to collaborate with, because for me that was like the biggest thing early on with Neptune. Like I think you need to find someone that's in the same, like it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. It can be work, it can be music, anything. There's going to be people that try harder than you and there's going to be people that try less than you. You want to find someone who's trying equally as hard, because those are the people that you're going to like move up with. Um, and definitely do not ladder climb, because I hate people that do that, like where they like will try to just jump onto something that because they want to like ride your success. So definitely don't be one of those people. Find people that are like, in an equal, like if someone who has a higher success level offers you that opportunity, obviously take it, but just don't be fake to get in places where you probably shouldn't be. Like I really don't respect people that do that. um, but yeah, definitely find people that will bring you up, that you can collaborate with, that are like actual friends and people that you value.
Real genuine people.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you make more music with Neptune in the future?
I mean, if he reached out, sure. Like, if he wanted to make a song, like I would do it now, because obviously, like he doesn't. He knew I was off for a while, so I would make a song with most people now. I think because I don't have to rely on any label or anything. It's just fun. I would love to make more songs with people.
Hmm. Okay, awesome. And um, have you played live music in the past, or do you have any plans to in the future?
Yeah, I never really got into that, even when like I was, further into the industry. Uh, I think for me, like I really wanted to have like a cool set, and I just didn't want to try to do something without like a clear plan. And also, like weirdly enough, like even though I don't make EDM and house music, I think like I would have a lot more fun DJing than I would actually like performing. I don't know why. I just think it's so much more fun to me. I love like I don't like clubs, but I love like the like cabana scene, like outdoor summer, like house music.
The
Like I would
energy, yeah.
definitely do that if I was in the house industry, like 100%. But I don't think I'm really like a live performer guy. I wouldn't say I'm like against it entirely. If like some of my music just really took off and I was like, oh, like there's actually like, people shows that want me to play and whatever, I'd probably just do it, of course. But I've never really been like a show guy.
Okay. Do you attend any? Is there one that you felt like was inspirational, or do you even remember your first one?
Yeah, I actually my first concert I ever went to was an Elton John
Ooh,
concert. So that was pretty cool.
crazy
But
first.
yeah, it was a pretty crazy first. But yeah, I've never actually been to that many concerts in my life. I've never. It's weird. Like I'm more of like a enjoy music at home,
Mhm.
just with headphones, really listen to it. Uh, if I go to some sort of concert, it's more going to be like I said, like in Toronto they have like Cabana Pool Bar. It's really cool. It's like you can go listen to house music. They have like tons of DJs throughout the summer, and you can just go out. You're outside. You're in the sun. Like I love that kind of vibe, like that, or indoors with my headphones. That's like where I'm going to listen to music pretty much, like either through headphones or at like a outdoor concert kind of thing, like Veld or whatever.
Okay, awesome. That's all the questions I have, but I have a round of rapid, short fire questions, so we're just gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
All right. Top four favorite movies.
Yeah, so movies, like it's always hard for me to just give a movie off the top of my head, but I would say like definitely the Hunger Games series that has to be in there, and I'm really excited for the new one that's coming out, and I think it's November. And then I always just like random, like I'll watch whatever, and my whole rule is like if a movie sticks with me the next day, I'm still thinking about it, then it's a good movie. Like I recently watched The Backrooms. I really like that movie. But it's hard for me to like pick like a top four. But I guess like the Hunger Games, there's more than four movies, so we can just say the Hunger Games series.
Okay. Top four favorite musician.
Yeah, so probably I'm always like changing who I'm listening to, but I have to like respect my influences. So like Blackberry Eden, Chainsmokers for sure. I listened to Jeremy Zucker a lot before, not so much anymore, but um, again, he doesn't put out music quite at the speed he used to. But uh, back like way back like 2017, 2018, I listened to a lot of Jeremy Zucker. Blackberry again doesn't put out as much music, but I still will listen to the odd song here and there if I see it. But Chainsmokers for sure. I really like the Chainsmokers, and I think that for whatever reason, some people don't. I'm a huge fan. I don't care.
I'm a
Like
huge fan
I
as
love the
well. And
Chainsmokers.
they're dipping into house.
Yeah, exactly. Like I really like the new stuff. Like the new like that's why I like them. They just it's always been for fun with them, and I just see that it reminds me of like watching like Tiesto. Like you go see
Yeah,
Tiesto get up on stage and he's just having fun. And that's what the Chainsmokers do. And I love that.
it's
It
a good
just
vibe.
feels like people like it doesn't feel forced at all. They're making music like people will complain about the lyrics or something stupid. I'm like, but
But
they're
they're having a good
yeah,
time. Yeah.
exactly. They're just making music, having fun. Like who cares?
Yeah. And then I know you say you don't really listen to pop punk bands or anything like that, but do you have a top four favorite band or even one?
Honestly, like no. Like that's the thing. I've never been a band guy. Like when I was a kid, obviously, like I used to hear like Linkin Park and stuff. Like
Okay,
obviously,
there you
because
go.
I was born in '98, so like it's in the
Oh, me
now.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah. So
Yeah.
everyone from our generation was hearing like Linkin Park,
Yeah.
Green Day, like everything. Like so, like those 2000s bands. Of course, I heard them, but I was never like a huge listener of them. Like I didn't
Mhm.
like go and download their music or anything. Like I said, when I first started listening to music, it was when I was back like when YouTube to MP3, like you wouldn't even you would have to get songs that weren't even on iTunes. Like it would be like, oh, this guy's like dubstep remix on YouTube.
To
And
download
yeah, so like that's
it.
how I started with my music taste. It was like straight up just random remixes, and that's how I found the Chainsmokers. Actually, like they used to make like Ellie Goulding remixes or stuff like
I
really
remember
old, like you wouldn't, it doesn't even sound like,
SoundCloud.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, and so I would get those songs.
Okay. And then do you have all-time four favorite songs?
Yeah, like that's also hard to pick, but I would say like this is such a random choice, but I really like in the album A Moment Apart by Odaza. There's like the intro, which is like an intro to the album, and it transitions so perfectly into the first song. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever heard musically. So I mean that's like two songs technically. So I mean I would probably just pick those. Like if I had to pick something that's just like I can always go back to and be like, this just sounds so cool. And it's that intro to that album.
Okay. And then top four favorite albums. Assuming that's
Probably
one.
probably A Moment Apart by Odaza. I really like Life in Boxes by Yo Maze. I don't know if you've ever heard him. He's very, very low key artist. He's probably one of my favorite of all time and had a huge influence on my music as well.
I'll check
Uh,
him out. Yeah.
yeah, and then so him and then I would say probably this is only three, but that I can think of. I really liked So Far So Good by the Chainsmokers in 2022. I really like that album. So those are like three right off the top of my head.
Okay. And then if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Probably Chainsmokers
Yes.
have to be. Yeah.
All right. And do you have a dream venue or festival you would love to perform at?
Probably in Canada we have Vel,
No.
like I said, like this
Yeah.
would be like let's pretend I'm doing house music.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Or
Bella
even I guess some
could be
people prefer.
non-house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So let's say Veld. We also have one in Montreal called Il Sonique. That one's really cool. Yeah, those are like the two big ones in Canada.
Okay. And
Obviously,
then,
like in the US, you have like Coachella and stuff. So
oh,
or
Coachella,
Ultra
EDC.
Miami. I used to watch videos of Ultra
Oh,
Miami. Like
yeah.
one time, I almost bought tickets. I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. I was gonna buy like
Let's
three
do it.
tickets and
Yeah.
just take some of my friends, and then uh, I don't know, something stopped me. I just didn't for some reason, and then COVID happened. So I was like, good thing I didn't
Oh,
buy
that's
those.
fair. That's fair. It was your intuition.
Yeah, something told me not to.
Um, Favorite part about being an artist?
Probably just using the creative side of my brain. Like I think like especially going into tech, having that creative background helped so much more than people would even think. There's like
Really?
this huge, like I just think it's so important to use the creative side of your brain. Like if all you do is technical work all day, like I promise you your life will feel not necessarily empty, because maybe there's other ways you use the creative side of your brain, you'll notice if you don't use it. You'll feel like you're very like stuck in a tunnel. But when you use like the side of your brain to do your hobbies, things that require thinking in a non-technical way and more of like a creative way, like painting or anything like that, you're going, I don't know, you just feel like more complete. So like my favorite part about being an artist is just using that side of my brain, and because I'm someone that loves learning, and I love like I do like even working. So I like how music just kind of it kind of like grounds me, I guess. Like it makes me feel more connected with things. Like it's hard to explain. I don't know if I even explained that properly.
No, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I work in like supply chain, so
Yeah.
I know like having that creative side is essentially
Yeah.
makes you feel whole again, right?
Yeah, it's exactly. It just makes me feel like I don't know, like you have to there was something I don't know where I read it before, but there was something like you have to do at least an hour of something that you enjoy every single day. Like it doesn't even matter what it is. Like if you enjoy going outside and picking dandelions, like that's what you got to
Do
do for
it.
an hour a day.
Yeah.
Like you just have to do something an hour a day that makes you happy. So for me, like that's like yeah, my favorite part is like using that side of my brain, which makes me happy.
Okay, and what do you think you'd be doing creatively if it wasn't music?
Probably photography.
Oh yeah.
I really love photography. Like I even still like I never got into like professional cameras and all that, but I can take like some really good iPhone photos. Like very like I love landscapes, so like I'll go and travel and take like like line up a frame and just take like a really nice picture of like wherever I am. Um I also like taking pictures of like my friends and stuff when we go out and whatever. So like I do love photography, so 100% that's probably what I would be doing if it wasn't music. I mean, even still, I do it, I just not professionally, right? So
Yeah.
it's more like
I
just
mean,
for fun.
it's still creative, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last one, dream person to open for, and I feel like I know the
Yeah,
answers.
it'd probably be the Chainsmokers or Ellie Goulding just for fun because
Like,
she was
oh yeah,
first like one of my first like choices in music just because I got into like all that dubstep and stuff and there were so many remixes.
yeah.
So like she was kind of what got me into electronic a lot. So it'd be like such a random our music doesn't really align, but it would just be a cool person to open for.
Awesome. All right. And that's all I really have. But last closing question, what's next for you and any upcoming music and future plans this year?
Yeah, I think the goal is probably to get at least a song out a month for a little bit. That's going to be what I'm going to try to
That's
do. So
awesome.
hopefully for September, I can get a song out. Or I guess technically August because I released
August.
at the end of July, right? Or was it? Yeah, it was the end of
Yes,
July
it
when I
was end
released.
of July. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll see if I can get one out at the end of this month. And then that'll be kind of the goal, one a month for a bit if I can. Maybe even two if I feel like it. It's just really how fast I can get stuff done, right? So
Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's all I have. Thank you.
thank you.